What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Biast Geek, and today we have a really fun video for me to talk about, and that is the Titans trailer. My opinion on it. I'm not going to do a reaction because when I woke up I remember they were doing it and I watched Grace Randolph be on the trailer reaction to it. And my opinion, I absolutely love this trailer. I love this trailer. I've been watching reactions all day. I love watching reactions to videos from people giving their opinions. Once again, squeaky floor, I apologize. So, there's a lot of people that are like, holy crap, like this is dark. I'm like, yeah, it's dark. I did some reading when there's like synopsis stuff coming from, I think, Jeff Johns and stuff like that. And one of the things that's been frustrating me is that when people talk about it when he's a detective, they're always like Bloodhaven. He's not in Bloodhaven, he's in San Francisco. That's where he's at. From what I remember reading, it's like a Jeff Johns thing. It may have been a fake thing, but it's something I was reading. I don't know where I read it from, but it was saying that it was taking place in San Francisco. It's not in Bloodhaven. Okay, he's not in Bloodhaven. He's running away from Batman. He's not wanting to be Robin. It's just the suit he wears because it protects him, right? Because you can see in the trailer, so spoilers for the trailer. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. Be aware, there is an F-bomb in there. Just be aware. I'll talk about that in a minute, but just, be aware of that. There's an F-bomb, there's blood, there's some extreme violence, more so than the CW. This is like, it's DCEU Batman warehouse level violence, right? That's what it is. That's how Robin fights. It's very DCEU Ben Affleck Batman fighting. That's what it is, and I love it, right? This isn't connected to the DCEU, so just be aware of that. They do name drop Batman, but you don't see him. But we know it's not. Just from what we've seen from set pictures, we've seen the bat signal. It's a very different bat signal, almost like Batman, The New Adventures logo on his chest. Almost that kind of bat symbol. You can look up pictures of it online. You can find those pictures, right? So that's what we get. We also see Beast Boy. We don't get any of his changing because, in my opinion, I still think they're working on the VFX for him. I think they'll be working on the CGI for him all the way up until the release of the platform and the show. I think it's how they're going to be working up on it, because I think it's just going to be so involved that they need as much time as possible to get those effects right. Because if they release it now and it looks bad, it gets everybody in a bad taste. Even if they're like, well, they're not finished yet, but we want to show you. People will be like, you should have just not showed us then. But then everybody complains that they didn't show anything. And like, why didn't you show anything? Well, they weren't finished. Well, we would have saw them, but if you saw them, you wouldn't like them. So it's a no-win scenario in that regard of how they do that. But you do see Beast Boy. His skin is green, so everybody that freaking complained about his skin not being green can shut the hell up now. His skin was green. Don't know if it's always green. Maybe it's right when he's about to shift, that's when it's green. Even if that's the case, I'm fine with that, because it's not a very big production. It's probably expensive to have his skin green all the time, right? It's probably pretty expensive for that, so just calm down if his skin's not green the entire time, okay? But we know at least it's green when he changes. I think when you see in the trailer when he's jumping off the building, I think he's about to change into something. They just don't show us, right? But his skin is green, so everybody can shut the hell up about it and move on with that part of it. Now, moving on, I guess I already jumped into the spoilers, but anyway, we'll go over Starfire really quick, because that's another big concern. She's still wearing the same dress and had the same hair that we saw in those behind-the-scenes photos, but those behind-the-scenes photos do not do her justice. She looks, in my opinion, awesome. She looks amazing in the trailer. With her special effects, because her hair goes on fire, her skin looks like it's almost like, in some of the shots, it almost looks, if you've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., look up when Ghost Rider changes from, I forget his name, they're not using Johnny Blaze, somebody else, I can't remember his name, but when he goes from being the human to turning into Ghost Rider, when his skin like fades away and turns, whatever, that's what her skin kind of looks like it's changing into that other color, right? So I think it looks great. So I think she looks awesome. There's that shot of her where she uses her powers to like burn some guys alive, it looks like, and then there's another shot of her later which just shows like a close-up on her face. So be aware that it's in there, and I think she looks great in motion and with effects around her. I think she looks awesome. I can't wait to see it. So moving away from that, another nitpick that's also been getting on my nerves a lot is everybody's complaining about the outfits, right? Everybody's like, they look terrible. These aren't their costumes. You're right. It's not their costumes, because in my imagination, I think from what we've read, Robin is the only one that's an established hero or vigilante and active. Raven, Beast Boy, and Starfire, I don't think have been active like vigilantes or heroes, right? And if they have been like vigilantes a little bit, they're not going to have super expensive suits like Robin has, because he had Batman to pay for everything, right? So they're not Teen Titans yet. They're just all the individual people that are going to come together in this show. that are going to eventually probably get their iconic costumes. Raven's will be changed because it has to be changed, right? Her classic look, I don't think would look appropriate in this show. I just don't think it will because I think she's the youngest actor on the show, period, for like the main cast anyway. So I just don't think Raven's classic look would be appropriate. So they'll change that up hopefully. But I think we'll get to their classic appearances, like with Beast Boy's jacket pattern. I think when he gets his costume, he's gonna be like, I like this pattern, and they're gonna build that into his suit, right? Starfire will probably get her more iconic look. We'll see. I'm okay if she doesn't go complete iconic because that's also a little inappropriate because it's whatever. If you like it, you like it. I don't have a problem with it, but I can see them changing it a little bit. I'm okay with that, but just relax, guys. They're not active heroes yet. There's no point for them to have superhero costumes. There's no point for them to have that. Robin has his, and Robin hates his costume. You can even look at it. When in the shot, when he's like holding the R, I don't know if that's the R on the chest that can come off, because it looks like the exact same thing, and that doesn't look like it'd be a very good throwing weapon anyway, right? But he throws it into a punching bag that he has. But, you know, you can look at it and just see the anger in his face at looking at the R, but he wears it. Why? Because it protects him and allows him to be safe when he's out there, right? And we clearly get to see that he hates Batman in this trailer. When he is brutal, it's Jason Todd Red Hood level brutal. I want to say because it looks like he kills, looks like this Robin kills, or gets really close and just maims them completely. We get a shot of him stabbing a guy in the neck, which is, you know, lethal. So we're going to say that he kills probably. That he stabs a guy in the neck. He takes a thug's gun and starts shooting. I think it's more of an Dawn of Justice warehouse scene though, not where he's trying to shoot people. He might hit some people, but he's not aiming at them. It's more like in Dawn of Justice where he got everybody to duck and drop their weapons. I think that's what that scene was more around. Like I said, we need the full context of that whole alleyway scene to get the whole idea, right? But then he steps on a dude's like jaw and his neck, and it sounds like he breaks his neck. He either breaks his neck or like he really just shatters the jaw, or like crushes his trachea and stuff like that, and just makes him suffocate. Whichever one he does, and then at the end he says F Batman, right? You know, he says fuck Batman, right? So we see that. We see him say that clearly because it shows the face of him with blood over his mouth from what he's been fighting. Not like he got hit with like blood from them when he's been fighting, and he just says fuck. Because when he drops down, they're like, where's Batman? So what's confusing, is this in San Francisco or is this back in Gotham before he leaves? Because otherwise, really don't know why they would think Batman's there. I guess because they see Robin, they immediately think Batman. I don't know. We'll have to see. Just didn't make much sense as to why they asked for Batman if he's in San Francisco at this time where this scene takes place. Why are they asking about Batman? Because Gotham is across the country. Whatever. But anyway, you know, he hates Batman. And what it is, he feels like Batman turned him into a weapon to be used against crime, and he hates it. He hates what he's been turned into. So he's not the lighthearted Dick Grayson you're used to from like Teen Titans Go, if you watch that terrible idea of a show that ruins the Teen Titans. Or like even from what you're used to seeing Dick Grayson being in the animated stuff, like even the original Teen Titans or like the animated universe with like sort of Batman and stuff like that. He's not that Dick Grayson. I think he'll get there. I think the Teen Titans will give them, because I remember reading like it's like a surrogate family, and eventually they all become like a family for each other, right? Because I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, we're getting Cyborg, but he comes in Doom Patrol, then moves over to Titans, so we don't get Cyborg to start. So just be aware of that. But if I remember correctly, reading, like I said, I've read a bunch of stuff when they were talking about Titans because I just want to know everything I can about it, right? Just reading a bunch of stuff. Like I think Cyborg starts in Doom Patrol somehow, and then he moves over to Titans. We'll see about that, right? We're getting all of these things, and like I said, I love this trailer. Like I said, Brendan Thwaites as Robin looks perfect. He looks like a Robin. He looks like a Dick Grayson Robin to me. I think he's perfectly cast. Look-wise, we'll have to see. His delivery of the F Batman line was a little but we need to see the whole scene to play out, because that one did seem a little stiff in his delivery there. But we'll see, because he doesn't really talk anymore in the trailer except for the very end when he's talking to Raven in the car, right? And as for Raven, her powers look cool. I need to see more of them. I need to see more of her arc, what she's doing. You know, like, I need to see more of that before I can really give a judgment. But what I've seen so far, I like her. Her hair is a little weird. The color is a little weird, but I'm liking it so far. You know, she doesn't have her iconic gem. Looks like when she uses her powers, her skin goes a bit more pale, which is interesting. And again, probably save money. But, so that's the thing, like I said, no gem on the forehead currently, but I think we'll get to that whole iconic Raven look later. She is one of the most powerful people in the DC Universe, really, with her powers, so we got to be aware of that, right? So she's got some pretty interesting stuff. Now, one of the sound effects they use for her, sort of right after that Robin fight scene, if I remember correctly, is a little for me. And they straight up copied the grapple sound and the pull sound from the Arkham games. It's directly the exact same sound. When you watch that scene, think about it, you'll never be able to unhear it, because the moment he fires the grapple hook, it's the exact same sound from the Arkham games and the same pulling sound from the Arkham games. They just straight up took that sound file and put it in here. I don't know if I'm okay with that or not, but it's just something I notice and I can't not notice every time I hear it. It sounds just like the Arkham game sound. It is the Arkham game sound. There's no way that it's not. It's just the Arkham game sound. That's all it is. So watch it. You'll never be able to unhear it. It's the exact same sound, right? If it's not the exact same, they just took that sound and tweaked it a little bit to make it a little bit different. But it's either the exact same or just tweaked it a little bit. But it's the same sound. So you can't argue with me on that one. I will back it. It's the same sound, okay? But I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying it's something that took me out for a second, because the first time I watched the trailer, when I was watching Grace's reaction, I heard that and I was like, that's the Arkham. That's the Arkham. Okay, whatever. That's a video game sound effect that I'm used to hearing. But that was cool. Like I said, I still like that whole fight scene. It looks very CW sometimes, and I'm not for that. It needs to look more cinematic to me, because like they said, it's not a villain of the week like the CW shows turn into because it's 23 episodes. It's not their fault. It's the fact that the network makes them do 23 episodes. It's almost impossible to have a good, compelling season every single time with 23 episodes. But a 13-episode series is great, because that's what helped Black Lightning. So much shorter. You don't really have to do villain of the week. They said it's not a villain of the week. It's like a 13-hour movie, almost like the Netflix series, or like a 13-hour movie almost, right? So for Marvel, so that's what it's going to be. I love that. It's awesome. We saw Hawk and Dove in this, and they looked cool. We didn't see a lot. We saw a little bit of Hawk fighting, or I'm sorry, Dove fighting. We didn't see Hawk at all. We did see Hawk get hit in the back of the head with like a baseball bat. So we did see that. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what's going on there. That's pretty much all we got. You know, we got to see a little bit of, like I said, Dick Grayson as a detective when Raven comes to him, I guess, to talk to him. As a detective in San Francisco, not Bloodhaven. Okay, it's in San Francisco. I mean, if I'm wrong and they corrected it since, from what I read, he's in San Francisco, not Bloodhaven. Okay. I don't think he'll go back. I don't think he will go to Bloodhaven, at least season 1, because I think in season 1 he becomes Nightwing. But the Titans are going to stay together, because otherwise what's the point? So he'll probably stay San Francisco, wherever they build the Titans Tower at. And I think we will get Titans Tower season 2. We'll probably see construction begin on it in season 1. Finish construction maybe part of the way through season 2. I think we'll get Titans Tower, depending on how well I will think the show will get lighter. I do think it's going to start really dark, and as they become a family and care for each other, become that connected and that friendship that they have, I think it'll become a little bit lighter. And we'll see Brendan Thwaites become a little bit lighter, maybe even mend his relationship with Bruce, because we saw the bat signal. So we're going to see either they're falling out, or him going to talk to Bruce, or one of them having to talk to each other, and maybe even working out that relationship to where he doesn't absolutely hate Bruce for what he did to him, right? I really can't wait to see who they get to play Batman, because I'm pretty sure we're going to see him, at least a profile shot of him, so it could be anybody, but a profile shot of Batman at the very least, and probably a Bruce Wayne, who knows. We'll see some of that, because he's going to get constantly asked by everybody else, hey, what's Batman like? He's going to get bombarded with those questions from the team. We all know what's going to happen, and I'm looking forward to what he says, how they're going to write that, right? But it's very Ben Affleck, Batman, it's Robin. It's very much like this Robin was Ben Affleck's Robin, because it's just that brutal and violent, and it's awesome. I love it. But just be aware, it is not for kids, so don't let your kids watch the trailer or watch this show. It is definitely not for them at all. There's F-bombs. There's no holds barred. They have said this is the darkest DC TV show they've ever made, that has ever been made. It's the darkest one, just in terms of, content like violence and language and stuff like that. This is definitely the darkest they've ever done, and it shows. I mean, Robin drops the F-bomb about Batman, so I mean, it's pretty obvious there's a lot of tension there, and he hates Bruce or what he did to him, right? So evidently we're going to be getting Jason Todd in this series as well. I forgot about that. We are getting Jason Todd. We'll see how that plays into it. Hope they don't switch him up and Jason Todd's the more lighthearted one, because that would be completely screwed up, and then we're all like, wait a minute, Dick should have been the lighthearted one, and Jason should have been the angry one like Dick is. But I think we'll see Dick Grayson get lighter, and even probably start mending his relationship with Batman toward the end of the season. So I am looking forward to that. Like I said, we get Jason Todd. We'll see how that comes into it. Maybe we get to see the death of Jason Todd in this universe. Who knows? We'll see. But it is kind of sad that they're getting to Jason Todd in TV before they get to him in the movies. But whatever, I'm fine with it. As long as we get Jason Todd. As long as we get Red Hood down the line, I'm okay with it either way. So that's really everything in the trailer. I'm playing it through in my mind right now, trying to think about anything. The opening, I think, when the trailer when Raven is like going into the carnival, I don't think that would still be there. I think that's probably in her mind that she's having visions and that's what she sees. I'm definitely not thinking, because it looks like it's just empty around her, so I'm definitely not thinking this is like a real location. It's just in her mind that she's being led to Dick Grayson for some reason. We'll find out why. Maybe it's her mother. I don't know. Is her mother magical? I can't remember. Whatever. Anyway, so we'll see how that happens. It looks like Raven and Robin bond really well, because we see when she's like talking to Dick, like she like goes up and hugs him, and Dick doesn't know what to do. So it's probably going to be like a brother-sister relationship with them two, caring for her and stuff like that, making sure she's safe, helping her get through this, because he kind of knows what she's going through in terms of like how she feels maybe, but the powers he obviously doesn't know anything about. But he can try to help her get better and cope with her stuff and have a friend or whatever. And Beast Boy and Starfire will come in. They'll work together. Then we'll get Cyborg. Pretty sure we're going to get Cyborg. We kind of have to have Cyborg, so we'll see what that is, how he looks. I'm interested to see what they do with him, who they get to play him. Because like I said, if I remember correctly, we are getting Cyborg and Doom Patrol when he moves over to Titans. If I remember correctly, so don't hold me to it. That's just what I remember we're getting. Like I said, I did a lot of reading when there was like all this news stuff coming out a while back about it, so my recollection might be off. But I'm pretty sure that's it for the trailer. Like I said, I'm running through in my mind everything that we saw. It's just, I don't think I'm missing anything. I'm looking forward to this show. I loved this trailer. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. Just be aware there is an F-bomb, a lot of violence, so just be prepared for that, and prepared to watch these superheroes kill people. Starfire like burns some people alive, it looks like. Raven like tortures this guy. He's probably a bad guy, who knows. Then we see Robin like destroy this group of thugs in an alleyway. So be prepared for that when you watch the trailer, okay? So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of the trailer down below, what you liked about it, what you don't like, what you think they might do with the characters, if they're going to get lighter, if you think Batman and Dick are going to get over their differences in the first end of season 1, or maybe it's going to go into season 2 when they start working on that. What do you guys think? Let me know in those comments down below. And until then, I'm going to put Grace Randolph's video, or her channel, down in the description, so you can go check out her reaction video and her breakdown of the trailer. I haven't watched that yet myself, but she has the reaction and then a breakdown of the trailer, so you can watch that to see her full opinion on it and her breakdown of everything in the trailer. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, once again, guys, and don't forget, we're all geeks, okay?